All right, so here's a couple of problems that were asked. This first problem, 1.7.65, they ask us to factor and they give us 8x plus 72. Okay, so whenever you're trying to factor, the first thing that you're always doing is looking for a greatest common factor. And so you're going to look at the two terms, and the first term here is 8x, and the second term is 72, and you're going to try and decide what they share in common. And the largest thing that they share in common is a factor of 8. And so we would want to pull that 8 out. And then we're going to write a parenthesis here, and we're going to think about what do I need here so that when I take 8 and I multiply through, I get this back. Okay, remember that factoring is essentially writing something as a product. Okay, so if I wrote an x right here, then when I take 8 times the x, I would get 8x back if I were to check this. And then I think about what do I need right here so that when I multiply 8 by it, I get 72, and that would be 9. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken this expression and we've written it in a factored form right here. And remember that factoring is writing something as a product. So we've taken out the largest thing that they share in common, and then we're writing the inside based on what we would need to get this back. Okay, so that would be your answer right there on that one. And this problem right here, they're asking us to multiply 1.7.53 here, and we have negative 3/5, and you have to distribute it through these parentheses. Okay, so what we need to do here is take that negative 3/5, and when we multiply, we're multiplying straight across when we're dealing with fractions. So each of these has a denominator of 1. So I would multiply the negative 3 times x, and I would get negative 3x. And then I would multiply the 5 times 1, and I would get 5. Okay. Then on to the next one, I would take negative 3 times negative y, and I would get a positive 3y. And in the bottom, 5 times 1, and I would get 5. And then negative 3 times positive 10 is negative 30, and 5 times 1 is 5. Okay. Now, what you would want to do at this point is you would want to just see if there are if any of these will reduce. And you can see that this one right here, negative 30 over 5, is going to reduce to be a negative 6. So we would want to rewrite the problem with that term being reduced. So negative 3/5 x plus 3/5 y, and then minus 6. And that right there would be your answer on that problem.